Hey guys, Debbie here, Debbie OMAD. For those of you that are new, my name is Debbie, and I've been doing OMAD for about a year and a half now. All told, I guess I've lost about 80 pounds, sometimes more, sometimes less. Um, it hasn't been a straight downward scale journey, but it's been a fun journey. And if you are new here, you can check out my channel because I have been documenting the process from day one. So there's about 100 videos out there covering every topic you can imagine when it comes to fasting. So this was a last minute. I was going to record a video and I thought, well, why not just go live, see if anybody's on that wants to see it live, because I find that you guys tend to like those better. So I have the time, so I thought that I might just jump on and do that. Hey, Sherry. Hello, I'm here on the button today. Yeah, you were right at the beginning. I don't expect that we're going to have a lot of people joining on this live because I gave little to no notice, but it can always be watched later. So it's all cool. Before I get into the things I want to talk about, Sherry, congratulations. Sherry had a big win this week, and that scale is dropping, lady, and that's awesome. I, on the other hand, stayed pretty much the same. I did not gain, so I count that as a win. I did stay the same as last week. You guys know I can't go a whole week without giving you a video, right? And I didn't do one this weekend. Janelle was sick, and it was just crazy around here. So that's why I'm doing this today, to kind of make up for Sunday's missed video. But hey, my track record's pretty good. I've done at least one video every week for a year and a half. I think I've missed once or twice over that year and a half. So that's not bad. That's not bad. So I've had a couple new people join us on our Facebook group. By the way, the Facebook group is called Debbie OMAD. We will do this together. Feel free to join if you haven't. And of course, like and subscribe to this channel, like this video. It does help get the word out and share with more people so that we can grow our group. Sherry says, well, only dropping a little because after breaking my fast, I gained some back. Autophagy is good and the discipline. Going to do it again this Friday. That's awesome, Sherry. Hey, at least you made some progress, and that's the big thing, isn't it? Got to make that progress. But as I said, I've had a few people, new people join Facebook this week, and sorry, and with some interesting questions and comments. So I wanted to touch on a couple of those things. The biggest thing when trying to lose weight, or just to get healthy when fasting means 0 calories, people. Zero. I can't say zero enough. That means you can't drink anything with calories. You can't eat anything with calories. Okay. The minute you do, I don't care if it's a cup of coffee with sugar in it, you've broken your fast. Okay. So this seems to be, I don't know if we want to overcomplicate this, if that's what's happening, but you will not see results if you are not consistent. You need to be consistent. And by consistent, I mean decide how long you're going to fast, and do not consume any calories in that time frame. For me, I do OMAD. So that means I eat 1 meal a day. One meal. And nothing the rest of the 23 to 24 hours. Nothing. Okay. I do drink bangs. You guys know that. I love my bangs. 0 calories, you guys. Zero calories. Okay. I can't say that enough. Plenty of people drink water. A lot of people drink black coffee. You can also drink snake juice, which is just like an electrolyte drink with like potassium. Excuse me, a potassium pink salt mixed in water, and sip on that, which that does help curb your appetite, by the way. And apple cider vinegar. These things you can do, but anything else that has sugar in it or calories in it, you cannot do during the fasting hours. Okay. I know I feel like I'm being silly and redundant, but it's shocking to me how many people say, well, it's not working, but I'm drinking coffee with cream and sugar in it. Well, you're not fasting. That breaks your fast. So, or I just had a couple chips, or I just had a couple peanuts, or I just had some celery, or some a little salad, or whatever the case may be. You cannot consume calories during your fasting hours. Okay, that's why it's called fasting, guys. Little secret there. That's why it's called fasting. 0 calories. Okay. No lifesavers, no Tic Tacs, no gum, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So I hope I've been very, very clear about that. I don't want there to be any misinformation going on this channel. So once you decide that you are going to fast, you need to get it into your head that that means nothing will go into your mouth until it's your eating time. Okay. So we can't be more clear. Regina, hey, how are you? Nikki, hey, water will fill you. Yes, drink water, drink lots of water. That does help fill you up and make you feel less hungry. Now, and this is a pet peeve of mine that I see people say all the time that, oh, once you get the hang of it, it's easy. No, no, it's not. That's a lie. It is not easy. But people, for real, what in this world that is worthwhile is completely easy? Not too much. It's hard. And I've been doing it a year and a half, and it's still hard. You get hungry. You do. It's just a reality of life. If you're not eating, you're going to feel hunger pains. Get over it. They'll pass. This is the cool thing about fasting. You will feel hunger pains. Yes, you absolutely will, but they will pass. It's not like you're going to start feeling hunger pains and it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and progressively get more intense. That's not how it works. You're going to get hunger pains. Get your mind on something else. Read a book, crochet. I don't care. Do a crossword puzzle. Go for a walk. Whatever you need to do to get your mind off of it. And those hunger pains will pass. They will. And you won't feel hunger anymore. So many people are so afraid that when they start feeling hunger and their stomach starts rumbling, that it's going to increase, and it's not going to go away until you eat again. That's not true. That is not true. The hunger pains are there. Yes, they are. But they pass, you guys. They do. If you can think about something else, get your mind off food, before you know it, you won't be feeling them anymore. It's just the way the body works. It's called, and I always say gremlins, but it's Kremlin, and it's hormone that your body excretes when, like, if you're used to eating 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, for example, and you're fasting, so you're skipping breakfast and lunch, your body's going to feel hunger at those times that you would typically have eaten breakfast and lunch, because your body's used to eating at that time. So while you're adjusting to fasting, you're going to feel some intense hunger pains. You are, but they'll pass. They'll go away. It's not something that exponentially gets worse. That's not how it works. They will go away. That hormone will level out. Drink a glass of water, and that'll help curb it a little bit and get your mind off food. Another thing that I keep hearing and being asked and seeing on our Facebook group, that and somebody actually messaged me about this, and so I really want to make sure I touch on it. And I did mention something about the last video, so I'll bring it up again though. If you're fasting and you break your fast and you eat sugar, sugar, or excessive carbs, you can be darn sure you're going to be way hungrier the next day. It's just the way it is, because you have spiked your insulin to the point that it takes that much longer to come back down. And then your body is like, oh, that's easy energy, sugar and carbs. It's easy energy to burn. So give me more of that. So your hunger will feel more intense the next day. That's true for almost everybody. So keep that in mind when you're breaking your fast. Try to avoid sugar, starch, high amounts of carbs, because that will increase the level of hunger pains you feel the next day. Trust me, I know this one. Nikki says, "Yep, I will be making sweaters and blankets this winter. Expect some in the mail." For those that don't know, Nikki is my little sister, and she lives in Colorado. And she was trying to think of ways to not eat, but to keep busy, especially during the winter months. And I said, "Well, just, take up knitting or crocheting or something. Make some scarves. They're easy. Keep your hands busy." So, and that's something that does help, or do crossword puzzles or actual puzzles. Anything that's going to, dog, excuse me, Gizmo, no bite. Sorry, he's eating my pillow. Come here, my decorative pillow that I have sitting over there that he somehow managed to pull off of there and start eating. Dogs, puppies, they're into everything. Come here, get away from there. That's a no-no. Oh, love him to death, but boy, he gets into everything. Okay, so back on topic. Sorry. Come here. Come say hi to everybody. Come here. Come on. He kind of looks at me like, "I'll come when I want to." Yes, my dog has an attitude. Anyways, I'm sure he'll show up here in a minute when he's ready to show up. So try to avoid sweets. As far as calories, if you are just starting the process of trying to lose weight and you've got a lot of weight to lose, like more than 50 pounds, don't freak out so much about calorie counting. Okay. Just don't, because just the process of adjusting to fasting is enough for you to start losing weight, because your body's going to be freaking out. Okay. And that's also why, if you have a lot of weight to lose when you start this process, that you don't need to worry about exercising intensely, because your body's already being stressed. Okay. It's already being stressed just adjusting to fasting. So you don't need to add additional stress to your body initially. Now, if you've been doing it a while, or you've only got like 10, 20 pounds to lose, then those things don't apply anymore. Okay. Then the rules change, and you actually do need to pay attention to calories, and you also need to exercise. But the beautiful thing about fasting and OMAD is those things don't come until you're getting closer to your goal weight. Initially, when you're first trying this and you're first trying to get your body adjusted to fasting, it's so easy, you guys. I mean, most diets tell you, okay, so now you need to work out at least 3 times a week, 4 times a week, an hour a day, and you need to eat this kind of food and that kind of food, and they're so restrictive and so demanding. With OMAD or with intermittent fasting, you don't have those demands. Okay, you can pretty much eat what you want within reason. I mean, don't go crazy, obviously, but you can pretty much eat what you want, and you don't have to exercise until you start getting closer to your goal weight, and then you're going to want to exercise just to tone up. And I'm close to my goal weight. I'm probably, I want to say, 10 to 15, maybe 20 pounds away. But so I should be exercising. I should be exercising intensely. I'm not, but I should be. Not. And that's part of the reason that I still haven't reached my goal weight, right? Because I'm not being active at all. The pool is closed again. So that's where I prefer to exercise, is in the water, because I like no impact exercising. As we get older, it takes us that much longer to heal when we hurt ourselves, and I'm a little paranoid about that. So I prefer to do the low impact type exercises in the pool, but our pool is closed. So much for that. Anyways, so some of the other things. For OMAD, one of the tricks that I think is just brilliant, and I actually learned from Joe at OMAD Revolution. And if you haven't checked out his channel, please do, because he's amazing. But is to use the one plate rule. So you use one dinner plate, and you can only fill it like this. Go like this high, like an inch high. Don't stack it high, but just fill that dinner plate, and that's your one meal, and that's it. That's it. That's it. Now, some of us do a little bit more than that. Some of us do less than that. But you don't need to be freaking out about your calories if you're just starting this process, or if you're in the middle of the process. Cher says, "I don't exercise because it's so hot and humid here. It's like soupy swamp where I live." Gross. Yeah, that is gross. I get it. And Nikki said, "I switched to eating breakfast, a big one, but I've been getting sick in the morning." You get Well, I know you're not pregnant, so what? It has helped that I notice more energy throughout the day. I go to bed now pretty early. I find if I eat earlier in the day and I give myself a solid 5 hours before I go to bed, so that when I go to bed, my body is completely done digesting any food, that number one, I sleep better. And number two, I feel better in the morning when I get up. And part of the reason for that, I firmly believe, is because when you're sleeping, your body does the actual work of repairing itself, of um, doing all the things it's supposed to do to keep you healthy. But if it's bogged down digesting food while you're sleeping, you're not giving it the time it needs to do all the other things that it should be doing, right? So if you eat at least 5 hours before you go to bed, you're doing yourself a huge favor. Huge, huge, huge. I find I don't like to eat just breakfast because then I do get hungry. And it's a mental thing too. Most of this is mental, you guys, but for me, it's a mental thing. If I eat too early in the day, then I find I'm hungry at like 4 or 5 o'clock. So I try to eat around 4 or 5 o'clock and I go to bed about 10. So it works out really good for me. Your schedule will dictate when you can eat. And if you have to eat at bedtime, that's kind of a bummer because, like I said, your body is then spending the time that it could be healing itself and doing its natural work. It's spending time digesting food. So, it's just not ideal, but you have to do what you have to do that's going to work for you. I was waking up so hungry and the pains were making me sick. I eat around 4, bedtime around 10, or ideally 9. Yeah. Um, and every human body is different. We're not all exactly the same. So you have to experiment and see what works for you. But the one thing that is true for all of us is that you don't want your body spending time digesting food when you're sleeping. It should be spending that time healing itself. Okay. So that's something. Okay, guys, I I gotta stop this dog because he's like really going crazy. So give me 1 minute. I'm really sorry. Dog. What did you do? You broke it. Oh, it's no. Oh. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the deal is he hears me talking and he thinks he can get away with murder because I'm not paying attention, right? He's worse than a kid. Turn your back and they take full advantage. Well, guess what? Dogs do that too, especially puppies. He stopped chewing on it when I told him to. And then as soon as he noticed that I wasn't paying attention anymore, he went right back at it. Silly dog. Okay, I switched. I said, okay, yeah, I eat around 4 or 5. Gizmo. National Dog. It is. That's right. You lucky it's National Dog Day. I got to be super nice, don't I? You are pushing me today. All right. So, anyways, ideally, you want to go to bed on an empty stomach, and you'll find that you sleep better. And for me, I find if I do eat too close to bedtime, that I have weird dreams. I'm sure there's some correlation there, but when I go to bed on an empty stomach, it's a totally much better situation. Come here. All right, come here. Stick your little face in the camera. Come here. All right, Giz. Oh, there. Okay, hold on. There he is. Hi, Gizzy. Gizzy, say hi to the people. Gizzy wants to eat my hands. Okay. Oh, where's your toys? All over there. Okay. Yeah. So now he's going to eat the microphone. Oh, people. I appreciate your patience while I deal with this crazy, crazy thing. Yeah, he is cute, right? Good thing he's cute. He is cute. Yeah, I give him that. He is cute. And for the most part, he's pretty well behaved and pretty smart. I've taught him a lot of stuff already. But boy, he loves to get into stuff and to eat my fingers. Okay, so something else that came up that I thought we should talk about is when you eat out, right? Or when you order carry out, because nowadays eating out is much harder to do as far as sitting in a restaurant. But when you order carry out or takeout and you bring home a package, a container, just because they give you a container filled with food does not mean that you have to eat all of it. Extremely, extremely rare. But when we do go out, I always, or order out, I always cut it in half. So like I'll get at least 2 meals out of it. And ideally you should put food on a plate. You shouldn't eat out of containers, because when you eat out of containers, it totally screws up your portion control. Like if you grab a bag of peanuts, for example, which is a good example, and you're just eating right out of the bag, you're going to find that you're going to eat a lot more, because obviously a bag of peanuts is not one serving, right? So never eat out of a container. Joe at OMAD Revolution did a video on that, I think today even, talking about that again. So that's just a little tip from me to you. Never eat out of a container. Oh, look at that. full on smile for you. Yeah, he grew. He's growing like a weed. So yeah, definitely. Definitely don't eat out of containers. Always take what your portion that you're going to eat out of that container and put it in a bowl or a cup or a plate and eat that, so that you can control your portion size. I mean, I know everybody on here and everybody watching this has had that situation where you're watching TV or watching something on your computer or whatever and snacking on something, and before you know it, that bag is gone. And you didn't even enjoy it because you were just mindlessly eating. But because you're eating out of the package, it's much easier to overdo, right? So never eat out of a package, which I think is such a good idea. It's just such a good idea. Take the food out of the package so you can control the amount that you eat. Nikki said Peanut is coming to play soon. Nikki's dog is a Chihuahua named Peanut, and Nikki and Peanut are coming to stay here for a week or so in October on vacation. So we'll make sure we do a live video then too, so you guys can meet Peanut and Nikki. So that'll be fun. Okay, so other things that I wanted to talk about today. I had alluded to this already today in this video, but I want to bring it up again. The majority of fasting is mental. You may not believe that. You may think it's physical, but it's not. It's mental. We all have our food addictions, whether it's minor or major. We all have some sort of food addiction. We all have habits that we've created over time and over the years. And these are all mental. These are all mental, you guys. It's mind over matter. It's mind over matter. It's mind over matter almost 90% of the time. Now that 10% of the time, yeah, your body's hungry, so it's growling. But it's how you think about it that determines whether you're successful or not. If you are going into this feeling deprived, feeling like, oh my God, I can't do this and I can't eat that and I can't, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail, because as human beings, the fastest way to do something we're not supposed to do is to be told we can't. And especially by ourselves, right? Oh, I can't do that. Oh, then I'm gonna do that. It's almost a rebellious thing. Look at my dog. Totally rebellious. It's just part of being alive, right? So you don't want to get into the mindset of, oh, I can't, or oh, I shouldn't. Instead, you want to look at it like, I can eat whatever the heck I want in a couple hours, or in a few hours. I'm just going to wait a few hours and do the mind game thing with yourself. Like, okay, it's 3:00 here and I know I can eat within the next hour or so. So even though my stomach is hungry and it's growling, it's been growling for a couple hours, I know that I'm going to get the gratification that I'm looking for. I'm just delaying it. Okay. So I'm not saying, no, I can't have that. I'm saying, I can have that. I just got to wait a couple hours, or in my case, an hour. If you think of it as gratification deferred, not denied, you could do it. Exactly. And again, it's all mental. It's all in how you decide to see this. Okay. If you're looking at this as a punishment, if you're looking at this as you're denying yourself, oh, you a Coke? No, we don't drink Coke. Stop that. No, Sherry, you don't owe me a Coke, even though we said the same thing at the same time. You are setting yourself up for failure if you're looking at this as you're denying yourself and you're suffering. Okay. And suffering in this particular sense, anyways, when it comes to fasting, is a stupid word because you're not suffering. Okay. You're delaying your gratification, you're delaying your um, taste buds. That's all. That's all it is. And if you can look at it that way, it will certainly push you much further towards success. And Nikki said it tastes better that way too, and it does because like for me, for tonight, I'm gonna have my hamburger mixture that I used to make all the time. Brown hamburger. It's basically a taco without a taco shell, with melted cheese and black olives and sour cream, and then I just eat that with a fork or a spoon, and it does taste better when, like, right now I'm hungry, but I know I've gotta wait another hour to eat or switch that. I know I get to eat in an hour, right? So I'm excited about it, and then when I do finally get to sit down to eat, it's gonna taste amazing because I've been looking forward to it and gearing up for it, you know what I mean? So that's a very good point. It does taste better and you feel like you're rewarding yourself because you went as long as you had planned before you ate. So you feel like you're giving yourself a reward and it tastes extra good. Um, Coke Zero, eBay likes, oh, Debbie likes Pepsi. Yeah, I do. And I've been trying to avoid that like the plague because it's so bad for you. I did indulge in Pepsi a few times over the past couple of weeks, and it's never good. It's never good. I mean, it tastes good. Don't get me wrong. I still love the taste, but it doesn't make me feel good. Not only do I feel guilty because I indulged, but the next day I feel just yucky. I just feel like garbage, and it makes me hungrier the next day too. Again, the sugar. Gizmo, get down. Does anybody want a dog? No, I'm kidding. You can't have him. He's just really frustrating sometimes. Hey, look. Hi. Say hi, Giz. Hi. He says, I'm a puppy that's so full of energy and I love to drive my Gigi crazy. And I say Gigi because my grandson calls me Gigi, not grandma. Because I was young when he was born, all right? And Gigi is for greatest grandma, not great grandma. So just so you know. Carb hangover is real. Oh, honey, yes, it is. Now, Sherry and I have some things in common, and one of them is our addiction to carbs. But to add to that, not only do we both have an addiction to carbs, but both of our bodies really don't like carbs. I mean, our taste buds do, but every time either one of us indulges in carbs, the scale shows it. It tells on us. I don't know what it is, and that's not true for everybody. It is not true for everybody, but for me and for Sherry, it has been proven over time to be true. I have been just a carbaholic forever. I mean, between potatoes and bread and pasta. Oh my gosh, I could live just on those three things the rest of my life happily. But my body says, oh, no, you don't, as does Sherry's. Now, again, I've been doing this about a year and a half, this OMAD thing. And sorry, I don't know if he's covering up my microphone or not. If it starts getting muffled because of him, let me know, please. Um, but obviously I have not cut out carbs and I have not been, super strict and oh my gosh, perfect on this. Otherwise, I'd be at my goal weight already. But I have indulged over the past year and a half, and that's why I'm not at my goal weight. I have weeks where I go up a few pounds. I have weeks where I stay the same. I've had a month or two where I stalled completely and I had to cut out carbs like literally almost completely to get that scale moving again. But I can always tell, not just the day of eating more carbs than I should, but the day after as well, because I just don't feel good. My energy is zapped. It just is. As good as it tastes going in, sometimes the repercussions of that, it's just not worth it. And luckily for me, that has been a big factor in my being able to say, no, I'm not going to eat that because I know what it's going to do to me. Again, Hasn't worked 100% of the time, obviously, but it does help. It's definitely a body type thing, maybe estrogenic, endomorphic type, curvy and feisty, even if not overweight, or and fleshy, even if not overweight. Maybe. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, everybody's body is different, right? So how I react to something may not be how you react to something. But we have discovered over time on Facebook that Sherry and I tend to react the same when it comes to carbs and sugar. And we both suffered greatly because we both love carbs so very much. So that is the hardest thing. It really is. And like I said, I've been doing this a year and a half and I still struggle with that. So part of what today's video is all about is, if you're struggling, if you're falling off the wagon, if your scale's not moving and you're getting frustrated, please don't give up. Just don't give up, because it's okay. It's all right. We all struggle. We all struggle. Nobody said that this is going to be easy. Nobody said that you're going to be great 100% of the time, because it's just not real. You're not going to be. But it's all right. That's fine. And that's the beautiful thing about OMAD and about fasting, is if you fall off the wagon and you overindulge, it's okay, because you get up the next day and you tell yourself, okay, today is my day. And I'm doing this. I'm doing it. And you say that out loud and in your own head, and you mean it. Do you see what he's doing here? Oh, he wants to play. Obviously, his little feet are just going a mile a minute over here. Stop. And as soon as I stop talking and turn this camera off, he will totally ignore me and go play with his toys. Anyways, and which is what he was doing when I started this video. Ah, Gizmo. Where are your toys? Can you please go find something to do? Here's a toy. Go. Let's go get this. Okay. Can you? We will play fetch as soon as I'm done. I promise. Okay. So somebody had asked about the new job, so I want to tell you about that. I put in Facebook so that those that were interested would know that I made the cut. But because there are so many qualified people that applied for this job, they interviewed, I think he said, I can't remember. I'm totally going to forget what he said. But he interviewed a whole bunch of people, and they narrowed it down to three. And they couldn't decide which one of us they wanted. So they hired all three of us to go through a 2-week test, basically. And then winner take all, so to speak. So, which was cool because I made the cut. I was one of the three. And then this week, Monday, yesterday, and today, I did some trainings and I did some presentations on their software program, and I rocked it out of the park, you guys. He was so impressed. So things are going really, really well with that. And I do fully expect that I will get the full-time job. But, we don't count our chickens before they hatch. So I'm just staying positive. I try to eat 80-20. My problem is desserts and sweets. Yep, sweets and savory carbs. Yep, guys, I trust me, I get it. Oh my God, I get it. My daughter's birthday was just a week or so, or 2 weeks ago on the 12th. And then my son's birthday is tomorrow. And so there's been cake and cupcakes around the house. And I'm not going to lie, I had a cupcake. Yep, I did for my daughter's birthday. Yes, I did. Should I have? No. But did I? Yes, because they were chocolate and I couldn't say no to them. So, so I did. I felt like crap after I ate it. And not to be disgustingly gross, but I also spent way more time in the bathroom than I normally would because of it, because that was a lot of sugar for me to eat. But did I enjoy it while I was eating it? Yep, I sure enough did. I didn't enjoy it after the fact, because not only did I not feel good, I knew I was going to be hungrier the next day. And I had the guilt feelings of, oh, why did I do that? You guys know, I know, once you indulge and then you're done and it tasted great and everything, but then all this guilt just comes down on top of you and you're like, oh, I'm so weak. Why did I cave? But it happens. So rather than beat myself up, I said, okay, well, I celebrated my daughter's birthday and now I got to get serious again. And then, of course, the next day, I was way hungrier than I normally am because of the sugar. And and that's the funny thing, isn't it? We know, we've talked about this. We know that that's what's going to happen, and yet I still caved. I still did. I knew darn good and well that number one, I was going to feel horrible that evening, and number two, the next day I was going to be starving, and I still did it, and I still did it. So please don't beat yourselves up because we all do, you guys. We all do. None of us are robots. We're just not. That's a unique way to decide on an employee. You're so smart and make a great presentation. Oh, thanks. You will. Okay. What are we doing? Okay. Oh, this talk, you guys. Yes, I've never heard of them doing of any company doing that, hiring 3 people and then doing elimination rounds. My daughter said it sounded like Hunger Games. I was like, okay, but yeah, it was definitely different. Sugar on its own, disaster, absolute disaster. I love the smell of cupcakes. Well, unfortunately, I if I smell a cupcake, I'm gonna eat a cupcake. That's just the harsh reality. I've done all that I can to avoid sweets because man, it's hard to say no. And I think I told you guys that Nikki, Timeless LED in the chat, my younger sister sent a care package for my grandson, who has started high school virtually, but started high school, and she sent just so much garbage, you guys. She sent cookies and popcorn and Pop Tarts and pop, and I was like, I hate you, Nicole. How dare you? But he enjoyed it, and because my grandson does eat us out of house and home, he devoured. I mean, devoured. So there wasn't much time for me to cheat because he had eaten it all within 3 days. I can't have a vanilla candle in the house to trigger it. You know what? That's funny. Yeah, just the smell of something can definitely be a trigger. It absolutely can be a trigger. He's growing and hungry. Yes, he's growing and hungry all the time. All the time. He's 14. He's I want to say 6 foot now. His dad was 6'2" or 6'3", so we're pretty sure he's not done growing yet. He's only in 9th grade, so I think it's by the end of 9th grade, beginning of 10th, we'll know how tall he actually is going to be. This dog doesn't stop biting me. I swear I'm going to bite him back. Stop it. And again, it's only because I'm talking. As soon as I get off this video, he will totally ignore me, you guys. So funny. Anyways, so I wasn't talking to you. Kids, come here. Come over here. Come over here. Look. What's this? No, you just want to look at my hand? You want to look at them? Okay. My hands are his chew toys. Even though I finally got him broken of that, but not all the time. He forgets. I have to say no bite, and then he starts licking me. And then I have to figure out how to get him to stop doing that because he does that way too much. Anyways, he's not on OMAD. He eats a lot, and that's why he's growing so much. He and my grandson eat a lot and grow a lot. Janelle, on the other hand, I think I mentioned she was really sick this past weekend. In fact, she was scared. She thought she got the virus, but it wasn't. And she's almost back to normal. She's still weak and, not fully back to her normal self. But she's definitely way better. She had a fever of 102, well, 101.9. And her throat was beet red and swollen. But she's been taking medicine and vitamin C and zinc, and today fever is gone, and her throat's not near as bad as it was, so yay. She had us all scared there for a minute, though, I'll tell you. But she's fine now. Well, she's not fine, but she's getting better. As I said, her fever's gone, and she's actually up moving around today, so it's good news. Luckily, well, I guess I shouldn't say luckily because it's kind of a bummer, but she had scheduled PTO time, personal time off from work for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to help Jacob adjust. Oh, seriously. Oh, no, you didn't. Did you just turn this off? Oh, dog. Stop. Okay. Sorry, I thought he ended our stream. To help Jacob adjust to his virtual ninth grade year that started on Monday. So she had already scheduled the time off, and then she was sick anyway. Poor kid. So at least she had already, had the time off, so she didn't have to call off work. So I guess that's good. They take our temp when we go into school each day. It's annoying, but mandatory. At least your school is open, though, Sherry. Our schools here in Clark County are not even open. Everything is remote and on their tablets. So stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? This crazy ass dog. I swear to God. He is so crazy. Since when do we bark in the house? What is that? All right. So I'm going to wrap this up because he's lost his mind. He can't stand that I'm sitting here talking and not to him, I guess. Were there any questions or anything that we can address, with everybody before I call this video over? I'll just give you a second to type if you're typing. Okay, so next Sunday I'll try and do another live. And hopefully we're all going to have good weeks this week and do much better next week than I did this week anyways. And it's starting out fine. I've been sticking to OMAD this week, so I feel pretty good about that. Good to see you, W. You look great. Thanks so much. You know what I would love to see, you guys, and I'm just going to throw this out there. I would love to see more pictures of all of you. I would like this week your challenge to be put up a before and after, or even just a after or just a before. Just give us an idea of who you are and what you're doing and how you look. And if you have befores and afters, that'd be great. If you don't, just show us your smiling face. I'd love to see some of these people that I talk to all the time. I'm the temperature taker at my office. So keep your mask on, Regina. Ugh, scary stuff. Yeah, like I said, my grandson, it's all remote. He does everything on the computer because they haven't opened the schools for in person. And then my daughter does work in an office, but they have to wear a mask all day. And of course, you guys know I work from home, so I don't have to deal with that much. So happy Wednesday, everybody. Have a great week. And your challenge this week, again, is post some pictures on Facebook. I want to see you guys and not just your little photos for your profile. I want to actually see some pictures. So that's what I'm asking this week is everybody post some pictures. I will do a before and after, but I'm old and ugly. Stop it. Sherry, stop that. Come on now. None of us are spring chickens. So don't even try that. And if you guys have pets, let's see them. Take a picture of you and your dog or your cat. Show us, or your bird or your hamster or whatever it is you have. And this little monster right here, there, smile, look, look, I'm gonna go crazy. I am a crazy dog. But I'm very excited to see everybody's pictures this week. So, and I'll post that in Facebook as well so that you guys can't say you forgot. All right, oops. Oh, I keep pulling my headphones out. All right. Love you guys so much. Remember, we are in this together. We will do this together, and we can do this. It's all mental. It's all mental. We got this. And no refrigerator is stronger than we are. Gosh darn it. That's my motto this week. I'm stronger than my refrigerator. All right, guys. Love you so much. Mwah. I'll talk to you later this week. Bye.